WDTN, the station that's working for you. This is 2 News Now.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to 2 News Now, where we are doing our special live coverage of this weekend's winter weather, this huge storm system that's really impacting most of our area here in the Miami Valley. We've been live every hour since 9 o'clock, and we're going to stay with you until around 5 or 6. I'm your host, Alexis Bellamy. Across from me is 2 News anchor Lauren Wood. Lauren, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. It's good to be here. My first time joining you for 2 News Now, and what a historic day to do so.
It never, ever will be forgotten, will it? Well, there is a winter storm warning that is currently in effect for the entire Miami Valley today. It's in place until around noon on Monday. And 2 News Now, like I said, is going to stay on it and give you all the updates you need to stay weather aware. To kick things off for you, we're going to start with an extended look at that Storm Team 2 forecast like we've been doing. And we have just been shuffling our meteorologists around all morning long, or all morning and now afternoon long. Here today is Storm Team 2 meteorologist Steve Norris. Steve, welcome back in.
Yeah, good to be here. I haven't seen you in a little bit,
I
but
know,
it's nice to be here on the 2 News Now set.
On this day, right?
It's record-setting, as you said. It's historic, and for two reasons. We now have set 2 records, right? The most snowfall ever on this 24th day of January, and then tomorrow will be, or I think today's the 25th.
25th.
Yeah, 25th.
So, the record today was 5 inches, and so far we have 15 inches. That's how much we beat that record.
Wow.
And then we just took out the all-time record high snow, the all-time record snowfall here in Dayton, and that was set back in the blizzard of, the Great Blizzard of 1978.
Wow.
And back then, I think we picked up 12.2 inches. That was on the 26th of January back in 1978. And today, again, so far, 15 inches. So we're not just barely beating the record, smashing the record.
Blowing it out of the water.
Yeah, it's really amazing.
That's crazy.
Well, under a winter storm warning, that does continue, went into effect actually yesterday morning, but it will continue throughout the remainder of today. And also as we head into the day tomorrow, on Monday, it will run up until about the noon hour. Let's take a look at Live Doppler 2 HD. And we still have moderate snow, even a couple of pockets of heavy snow falling across the Miami Valley. You can see that heavier snow there over Greene County, so just south of Xenia down into the heart of Warren County around the city of Lebanon, getting some fairly heavy snowfall. But what you will note now, as we take a little wider view of the radar, we haven't seen this so far today, we are beginning to see a few breaks. Now, the snow all day not only has been heavy, but it's been widespread, right? No breaks at all in the snowfall. But as you look back to the west, and I'll go down into that area, you can see, indeed, a few breaks. But we're still looking at snow for a period of several more hours until around 7 o'clock tonight before it completely moves out of the area. So you are seeing that. And the snow does extend all the way back into Missouri and even into northern Arkansas. That is the very back edge. And once that moves out of here by 7 o'clock, that's it with all the snow. But we are still looking at several more inches of snow. And I've got some snow totals for you coming up in just a minute. Here's Future Track, and take a look as we go through the next few hours. Here we are right now just after 1 o'clock, and you can still see some pretty decent snowfall. But you also see those breaks in the precipitation in the snowfall starting to work their way through the Miami Valley. So there's 3 o'clock. Here we are as we head into the 5 o'clock hour, maybe another pocket of some pretty heavy snow, and then we'll take you into the 7 o'clock hour. And finally, we can say goodbye to the snow. So we just have to wait, about 6 hours from now, and things should be over. But, man, that snow is piling up. In fact, this was the forecast, and I think this is going to work out very, very well. We said there would be just slighter amounts off to the north, 10 to 14 inches. But we've had that, and as you look across the central areas and the southern areas of the Miami Valley, 10 to 16 inches, and we are now approaching that 16-inch mark in several areas. So we'll continue to track it throughout the afternoon.
16-inch mark in some places, and that is just astounding, Steve.
Yeah, even at the airport now, it's between 15 and 16 inches. So,
oh my gosh,
record-setting indeed, historic.
We are looking forward to learning a little bit more about that. Maybe we break any other records as we wrap this up, Steve, anticipating?
Well, so the first record we talked about was actually just the record snowfall for today, the 25th of January, right? And
Right.
that was just 5 inches, but we smashed that. As I mentioned, we're approaching 16. And then the other record, the all-time record snowfall, there has never been more snow here in the modern era in the Miami Valley, and that was set back during the Great Blizzard of 1978, January, specifically January 26th, which is the anniversary is tomorrow, and that was 12.2 inches, so just over a foot. But so far today, nearly 16 inches and counting. We're not done with the snow. We
No,
still have
we're
6
not.
hours to go, right?
Key
man.
term. Yep, we're not
Yeah.
done yet, so we'll keep an eye
Crazy.
on that and hear more from you in just a little bit, Steve. Thank you. Okay, so we're hearing about what's happening here at home, and while we do have an update for you guys. We've just learned into our newsroom, Montgomery County, you guys, has declared a state of emergency. So they are just another county who is making sure they are keeping up with exactly what is happening outside. Montgomery County is under a state of emergency, but let's talk about things as a whole. What's going on across the nation? Right now, around 190 million people, that makes up more than half of the continental U.S., are under that winter weather alert. And that's across 37 different states. That's from the Rockies all the way to New England that's being impacted, Lauren.
Yeah, and if you're trying to fly in this, you better find another way because there have been more than 10,000 flights
Just
canceled
crazy.
across the country. The Dayton International is no different. Just about every flight on their website is canceled. There are a few that are delayed, either coming to or headed towards Chicago, but there's a good chance those could get canceled as well because it just seems like nobody is making it in or out. There you go. Yeah, we've got one or two, three still left as a delay, but the rest are all canceled. So you're not going anywhere in the air. You probably shouldn't be going anywhere on the roads. So definitely make sure that you're just staying inside and staying safe. That's really been the message that we've heard echoed over and over from pretty much everybody we've talked to all day today. We talked to Sheriff Simpson from Preble County. We've talked to the Ohio Department of Public Safety. Everybody that we're hearing from says you need to stay in.
Look at this.
So that they can do their jobs.
Yes,
That's
so
the thing.
this can happen. Exactly. So that these snow plows, the people who are responsible for getting onto our roadways and keeping them safe, can do exactly that. Now, while we're here, I do just want to say, hey, who is in charge of taking care of some of these snow plows, you guys? That's what we see here. So a lot of people, a lot of residents will have that question, when will the roads be cleared? But ODOT is actually responsible for those interstates along with the U.S. and state routes outside of municipalities. So cities and villages that are in charge of U.S. and state routes along with local roads inside of their limits. And counties and townships also prioritize local roads. Just wanted to throw that out there while we're looking at this beautiful snowplow video. But circling back to something we just talked about a little bit ago, we're talking about which areas have declared snow emergencies or under those winter weather alerts. Let's listen to this. So we talked about this about an hour ago, but we know that Clerk, Mercer, and Champaign counties are under that level 3 snow emergency. We just shared that Montgomery County is now under a state of has declared a state of emergency. Preble, Warren, Wayne are under travel advisories. Greene, Dark, Clinton, Auglaize, and Miami County have all declared for those level 2 snow emergencies. And still, we're keeping an eye on this one. Logan County is the only area that has not declared a level 1 snow emergency. Shelby County is now...
I think Logan County has declared a level 1.
Yep, sorry, we got mixed up on that. So... some cities, like I said, are still in state of emergency. Governor DeWine declared that state of emergency for Dayton, directing those agencies to provide more support to those local jurisdictions. Lauren, thanks for clearing me up there a little bit.
Yeah, no problem. It's a lot to keep track of right now. And we want to make it clear for you what these level 1, level 2, level 3 snow emergencies actually mean, because level 3 is pretty serious.
Yeah.
We now have 3 counties under a level 3, as Alexis mentioned. And that means that the streets are closed to all non-emergency personnel. And if you're caught out there traveling and you're not emergency personnel, you can face legal action. So again, if you're in one of those counties, one of those level 3 counties, we have Champaign, Clark, and Mercer County, you cannot be on the roads. Level 2, only those who deem it necessary should get behind the wheel. You want to contact your employer, see if you actually need to report to work or if they're closed. stay off the roads if you can. And then level 1, of course, you need to use caution on the roads. But I think at this point, everybody already knows you're going to have to be
Hopefully.
very cautious.
Very
when you head out
cautious.
there.
Do all of the things when you get out there. Morgan talked about a little bit when she was in live drive. Just, hey, the only reason we are out here and making it the way we are is because we're following in the tracks of the car that had just went before us, and that made things a little bit easier for them. So we're going to keep our eyes out on conditions in the roadways. But as that storm is continuing to just hammer us here in the Miami Valley, we're continuing to look at conditions and what things are looking like in other parts. So we are going to turn our eyes now to what's happening closer here at home. He was just sitting across from us a little bit ago, but we're going to go now to Storm Team 2 meteorologist turned reporter for us. That's Cameron, if you can't recognize him under all of that. Yeah, so we put him outside in the snow to tell us. I mean, Cameron, is it feeling like home? You said earlier it looks like home. Does it feel like home?
Yeah, it does feel like home. It's so peaceful out here when it snows. I don't know why. It's just it's always been peaceful when it starts to snow a heavy ton. But I'm going to show you some of my tracks that I've been walking in here. I've been looking for a gas station, hopefully to find some ice cream for later. But here's some of the tracks that I am currently going in here in the Miami Valley. It's right outside of our station. You can see it goes all the way down to my knee. So it's definitely deeper than a foot of snow here outside. And you can see there's not many people on the roadways as we go into Moraine. This is South Dixie Drive, and you could see that there's not many people. I've been out here for about 15 or so minutes, and there's only been about 5 or 6 cars total that have totally gone through here. There's been some plows that have started to move on in here as well, but it's definitely it's deep out here, and it's hard to walk. You actually get a workout in when you are walking. You can see that I'm out of breath as I'm walking in the snow right now, and it's so deep that you have to pick up your feet and then put them down. So it's definitely a workout. If you want to get a workout in, you can go outside right now and you can walk in the snow. But not many people on the roadways. It's coming down pretty light right now, so that's some good news at least. And the roadways, they look passable here on South Dixie, but there's been some cars that have had some trouble here as we've gone through the last 10 or so minutes.
And Cameron, you mentioned if we want to get a workout in, it would be a good thing to go outside. I don't explain.
Cross-country skis.
Yeah, right.
That's what you need.
I'm out of breath right now.
Just from walking in the snow. And that's really a testament to exactly how much is out there, making your way and kind of just dredging through it, right?
Yeah, here are some of my prints from walking this way. So it's about probably 1.5 feet deep, I would say. I even fell down a couple times because there's some pavement discrepancies. You know, there's some curbs, and I fell on a curb. So.
You don't see that under a foot of snow.
Exactly. No, you do not. Okay, Cameron, please be careful out there. We will need you back in here later on to deliver that weather for us and keep us apprised of what is happening. So enjoy your workout, I guess, in the snow. Keep at it.
All right, have a good one, guys.
Thanks, Cameron. Okay, we're going to turn our eyes now to another part of the Miami Valley that is dealing with these conditions. So everyone is trying to do their best to, one, if they're inside, make conditions the best they can for themselves. We're going to go and join Brad, who's over in Champaign County. He and his son have actually been doing their best to stay weather aware and safe and prepared. You guys, they've been out shoveling snow for some time this morning, trying to keep up with exactly what is going on today. That's them there.
Out there. Wow.
It is. They look every bit of it. Guys, good morning. Thanks for being on.
Good morning.
So tell us a little bit what you guys have been doing out there. How have you guys been getting the snow out to make things a little bit more manageable?
The biggest is trying to get out and use the four-wheeler and our shovel to clear the driveways of our own and neighbors, the ones that are a little older can't get out.
Yeah.
So the wind is up a little bit, but yeah, just try to stay ahead of it so it makes it easier if we wait till the last minute to get it done.
How quickly are you seeing that snow kind of recover all of your hard work?
It's covering probably within 20, 30 minutes with the wind up.
Wow.
But we're doing our best to keep it down.
So what is that behind you guys? Show us what you guys have been using to get this work done. How long have you guys been out there? Okay. Look at your four-wheeler.
Four-wheeler, yeah.
And you put a plow. Okay, and that's how you guys have been getting this work done. Has that been pretty efficient?
Yes, very efficient. It saves your back.
And that is important, talking safety in the weather. And you guys, it looks like you guys are pretty layered up out there.
Yes, very layered.
Okay, but how fast are you going in your four-wheeler getting this work done?
We go probably between 2 to 5 mile an hour, just so it don't go too fast, because then it just blows over too fast. So that just keeps it where we can get it out of the way. We don't have to throw it back in the path.
What do you think people should know if they're sitting inside and they've not been out in this yet?
Stay inside. It's very cold and windy. But, yeah, reach out to people that's got plows to help you out. Saves you from getting out in the cold.
And good on you guys again for getting out there and taking that action and, shoveling the drives. We talked about maybe get over to Lauren's house because she already talked about how she shoveled her drive and then looked and it was already back covered in snow.
Man.
So you guys are doing some great work. Stay safe and stay warm out there, you guys. Thanks for chatting with us.
All right, thank you.
All righty, turning our eyes back now to what is happening here at home. Steve's going to just, I guess, let us have it. The word I think today that we are using and continue to use is record breaking.
Yeah.
We're all but doing one record, right? Is that right, Steve?
The daily record of 5 inches has been broken for the 25th of January. And then the all-time record high of 12.2 inches has been, well, it's kind of gone by the wayside in a big way. And that was 12.2 inches, and right now we are approaching 15 to maybe even 16 inches. In fact, if we take a look at some graphics here, I've got that number.
Wow.
There it is, just as I was coming in here, that new record for the day, 15 inches there at the International Airport. Inglewood already checking in with 10.5 inches. Phillipsburg, 9.2. Centerville at 9 inches. Sydney, a little less off to the north, and that we said that would be the case there across parts of Shelby and Auglaize and Mercer, and a little bit less for you in Sydney, 8 inches of snow, but we now have 1 foot in our parking lot, and I just went through all 12 inches of that when I had to run out to the car a moment ago. Beaver Creek at 11 inches, and downtown Dayton at 11.5. And we have just a few more here. Look at Trotwood, a foot. Miamisburg, a foot. Kettering at 9.5 inches, and Enon at 9.1. And we're going to continue to see the snow fall. In fact, I've got a time lapse here. Just want to show you this. This is from the Troy Stouter Center, and you can see how much snow is falling there. It's very white all over the place, and the snow continues to fall. But we're seeing a few breaks in the snow. It won't be so widespread, and we'll see that come to an end by 7 o'clock. So what are we at now? We're just, about 12:44, so we got another, few hours here. That would be or about 1:30 is where we are at the moment. So yeah, we got about 5.5 hours, and then we'll be done with the snow. So thank goodness.
I get goosebumps every time you talk about breaking that record because
too.
I'm an Ohio girl. I've grown up here. I've heard my entire life about the blizzard of ¡78 and the fact that we have broken the record.
And now
from
you're
the
on
blizzard.
2 News now.
Oh my goodness.
Breaking the news.
I just cannot.
It's amazing.
That's the part of it that is really just kind of washing over me. Like it's a big deal. This is a historic day. It's one that people are going to be talking about for a while. Hopefully not in the same way. I know with the blizzard of '78, though, there was a lot of loss of life. Conditions were a little bit different.
And the reason the conditions are different, back in the blizzard of 1978, we had winds of 60 miles per hour. I think there were even some gust of 70 miles per hour, nearing Category 1 hurricane strength. And so that while they had 12.2 inches, less than we have today, that wind was blowing that snow into 20 feet drifts. Imagine that. When they plowed the roads, the cars would drive and the snow would be way up above the cars, right? Way up. And you would you were like driving through a tunnel. It was really amazing.
What were the temperatures like during that storm?
Extremely cold, extremely cold. I can't give you, the exact temperatures, but that was another problem too, is they had trouble clearing the roads because of the temperatures, much like today, right? We're only at about 10 degrees, 10, 11 degrees at the moment, and those temperatures are too cold for the salt to really even work, right? It just doesn't do its job.
All right. Thank you so much, Steve, for continuing to break that down for us. But of course, we're not done with you yet. We'll see you back here again at the top of the hour at 2:05 for more on this record-breaking weather. I guess that's how we're going to be referring to it today.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Thanks, Steve.
And it's not just historic here in the Miami Valley. I know there's a lot of concern throughout the southern states about this ice that is going along with this system. There are major power outages across Tennessee, and then even more snowfall as you get up toward the northeast. And that is something they're talking about, at least as much snow as we're getting, if not more.
And something to keep in mind, Lauren, is how these different areas are dealing with it, how they're impacting. Because not every not every state, not every area is really equipped to deal with the snow, the cold, the wind, the ice, the slush like we luckily are here. In that video that we saw a little bit ago, we had the plows lined up, just ready to get some of the snow out of these different areas, but not every place is going to look like that.
I know you said you're from the DC area.
Yeah, we're equipped.
Is that an area that deals with snow well or not so much?
We do. We deal with snow really well. Now, I will say what's interesting for me, and I don't think I've reacted big enough for this, is I think this is the most snow I've ever seen. Like I had dealt with a large amount of snows. Cameron was talking about 1 week, in the 2010s. We were out of school for a good solid week, and it was insane. So that seems mirror to what we're dealing with here. But let's also take a look at what Lauren talked about a little ago, what this snow, what this weather looks like in other parts of the area. Now, oh, look at that face over there. Okay, so this morning we are joined by our producer. She's stepping in. This is Maddie Cadena. She's going to tell us a little bit about what things look like at home in New York. Maddie, welcome to 2 News Now today with Lauren.
Thank you guys for having me. I'm super excited to be on. A little different from behind the scenes.
It is. Do you like it?
I do. I really do. It's a lot of fun. But I guess this is kind of something that I'm used to seeing a little bit. I know I was just talking with my family and looking at local news that I still follow at home. In 2016, we actually had about 27.5 inches of snow.
Oh my gosh.
So it was absolutely wild.
And that was one snowfall, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And where exactly is home? Tell everybody where home
I'm
is.
from Long Island, New York, which is about an hour outside the city.
Okay.
So it was pretty crazy. Everything was shut down. It was insane.
Not moving. Okay. And I cannot wait to see what this looks like here at home for us. So what have you been hearing from family?
That it is absolutely crazy, and it's almost kind of marking up to be similar in those aspects. And actually my brother and sister are home right now, and they were showing me videos, and they have not even plowed the streets yet.
Alrighty, we're going to take a look at that. Let's see. Oh, okay,
Hey
Maddie,
there.
go ahead and introduce your family to
Yes,
us.
here they are right now. This is my brother Jameson and Anderson, and looks like they're standing in the middle of the streets, which is probably a little dangerous.
Okay, Maddie said get somewhere safe, you guys. But you guys literally you're standing in a blizzard right now. Is that about how it feels? Is this blizzard temperatures conditions?
Yeah, it's by far the worst we've ever seen. And as she said, we're standing in the middle of the drive. We're standing in the middle of the street. Has not been plowed at all yet.
Yeah, that is a true blanket of white. I was looking at the car behind you. It almost looks like it's going to have to be swept out.
How much snow are you guys expecting there?
It's hard to say now, but we're expecting at least 12 inches.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And I'm just looking at your little brother just covering his eyes like you can't even see. Is that really that bad? How far can you guys see in front of you?
I'd say we'd see about, give or take, 25 feet in front of us.
Yeah.
How long have you guys been preparing for this? Did you do anything special to get ready for this?
No, not. I mean, we've been shopping. What I can say is, everyone around here has been shopping a lot. They've been ravaging the stores, getting ready for this blizzard.
And it was interesting. Maddie said that this is even something that you guys haven't seen before. And usually we kind of at least I equate New York with having some of the worst winters and snowstorms and things. So you guys think this will be one that you guys remember for a while, if it's something you guys have never seen before?
Yeah, it's definitely something we've never seen before. It's one to remember. I mean, we'll be out of school for a while. It's a plus.
Okay, how long are you guys thinking you'll be out?
About 2 days. We might be going virtual too.
Okay, and we saw a lot of that with COVID. Okay, so you guys gonna get ready to start plowing then, or trying to at least shovel some of the snow
That's the real
out?
question. Are you helping out, Mom? Andy, more so you?
We've tried, but it's gonna still keep going down for now.
Okay, so as long as you guys are at least going to try to help out some, I think that's what Maddie's point is, and that would be the same. You better get out there and help my mom with the shoveling and things.
All right, you guys stay safe. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Bye.
All righty, you guys. Our time now is 11:31. We're going to close out this hit for 2 News Now and cover it in this live special coverage, but don't go too far. We will be back here in just a little bit at the top of the hour. That'll be 2:05, giving you another look at conditions. Don't go too far. Keeping you weather aware on 2 News Now.